Is a new AI product that has been put out by Google that basically allows you to add sources in, and it can be any source. It can be files, slideshows, spreadsheets, and it will allows you to analyze the information and ask questions about it and basically take action on documents and information. So let's see how it works. When I click create new, the very first thing it asks me is to upload some data sources. So the file that I'm going to work with today is the results of the parent climate survey at FM. We actually looked at this at a faculty meeting, and so I thought, geez, it would have been useful if I used Notebook LM for that. You also can add multiple files in for your sources. So, for instance, if I wanted to create a notebook maybe on a topic that I'm teaching, I might add in here any slide presentations I have, any student handouts, any information documents, anything that you use to actually teach that particular topic. So you can have multiple sources. And when you've selected the sources, now I can start asking questions, and it's going to pull the information from the sources that I have selected over here. So let's say, what are the, we'll say, what concerns do parents have about safety at FM? So what it's going to do now is go through the document, and it's going to locate the answers to my question about what were parent concerns about safety. And so the parents did have a few concerns, and they wanted better supervision, and they wanted more secure facilities, and they were concerned about anti-bullying and mental health. So if I want to see where in the document did they pull this information from, I can click right on this little icon, and it does give me like a little snapshot of it. And if I click on it like this, it actually pulls the page up and highlights where in the document it pulled that information. So this is really kind of a great way to be able to interact with your documents. In addition to being able to ask questions back and forth about your document or documents together, you can also come over here and generate either a podcast type audio file. You can add your own personal notes about this. So if I wanted to say, my note, and, I wanted to say parents seemed concerned and just blah, 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 and kind of add what my own note was going to be. All of your notes get added here. I can also have AI generate some items for me. So one of the things that it would generate is a study guide. And the other thing that it could generate is what they call a briefing document. So we're going to have it create both of these. And then I'm going to have it also create an FAQ. And we'll have it create the timeline as well. So let's take a look at some of the documents that have been created. So the first one that I pulled up is I've noticed that this one is the timeline of events. So it's got the key dates and the cast of characters. The second document is the FAQ that I had it create. So it had the main questions as well as the answers that go with them. The third one is the document briefing, or the key findings on the document. And so it's almost like a summary of the document. What was the method we used to get the information? What were the key findings? What were the key recommendations? And what was, a general conclusion on that? And then finally, we have the study guide that was created. And what the study guide did is it first generated some quiz questions for us, as well as an answer key for each one of the quiz questions. It has some general ideas for essay questions, and also provides a glossary of terms that are important. Now let me close that note as well. The other thing that can be generated is this podcast type file. That podcast sounds.
Welcome in, everyone, ready to dive deep into the Fayetteville Manlius School District. We're going beyond those headlines you see, really trying to get a feel for what parents are thinking, what they're experiencing,
Yeah, it's like taking the temperature of the district, but directly from the parents themselves.
Exactly. And our source for this deep dive is the 2023-2024.
Okay, so I just wanted you to hear the beginning of that to see how that sounds. It does sound just like a podcast. And if you did want to share that, you can just click on the three dots and you can say download and download that as an MP3 file that you can actually share with students. So essentially, that's Notebook LM. It's kind of fun to play with and explore, and I look forward to your feedback on this program.